Everyone, my name is Kristin Hayes and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today we're going to be making this pretty birthday card using some new products from the new annual catalog and some products that continued over. So let's get started. I have a piece here of Smoky Slate, and this is cut at 8.5 by 5.5. I scored it at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of Basic White. This is cut at 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And then I have a piece of soft seafoam. This is cut 5 by 3 3/4. So we're going to start with this piece here. And I'm going to bring in another piece of paper because we're going to tape this down. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back. Now you don't want to put too much or you can rip your paper. So I'm just going to line it up. It doesn't matter where you put it, but you just kind of want to know in case it slips, you can pick it back up. And we're going to be using these decorative masks. Now these masks are not new. We've had them before, but this set is new. And this is the Artistic Mix Decorative Masks. And you can get, you get this piece with cutouts, and you get the 2 cutouts as well. And then you get this really pretty piece here. Let me just put the ones we've looked at aside here. And then this one is great. You can use these on their own, or you can put them together and make a really pretty plaid background. So we're going to use this one here today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take some, this is just painter's tape. You could use washi. You just want to tape the mask down without taping your paper because it can rip your paper. So that looks pretty good that way. So I'm just gonna put it down, making sure I don't get it on my paper. And that's why I put down another piece of grid paper, a scrap piece, because I didn't want to rip the surface I was working on. All right, so we're gonna put this down here. Now I'm going to take a blending brush and my soft seafoam, my ink pad, and we're just going to ink it up, the brush, and then start blending on top. Now this you can do as saturated or as subtle as you want. I went for a pretty subtle look, but you can even do a different color on top, you know, to make it more striking. But I just wanted a nice subtle background. So we're almost done here. Make sure we get it all the way to the edges too. You can just do a piece of it if you know, just wanted it in one area as well. That's very pretty. All right, I think I'm pretty good. It's hard to tell with the seafoam on seafoam because it's just so light. But we're going to take it off, and this didn't rip my paper on that side this time, but it has in the past, so that's why I just wanted to be careful with it. And you can see we made a really pretty pattern. Hopefully it picks up on camera. And that's why you don't want to put too much adhesive on the back because it will stick. So you can see the pattern. So then what I've done is I've gone ahead, let's just put these masks out of my way so I can show you what else we're using here. All right. I went ahead and I cut out on the Stampin' Cut and Boss machine, I cut out this tag from the TaylorMade tags. These are the TaylorMade tags, and I used the biggest one. Whoops. I've got stuff everywhere today. I used the biggest one to cut that out, and the paper I used was a new DSP, and this is called Abigail Rose. This is from the new annual catalog, and this just has some gorgeous, where's my opening? Here it is. Some gorgeous, gorgeous papers, and this is part of a suite that has a stamp set and dies that go along with it, but I'll just give you a quick peek of all the papers here if they want to come out at all. So you've got just really pretty designs. All right, let's put that aside. So I just used this smoky slate with the flowers in the background. And then you just got to be careful because I'm going to use my silicone mat because that's going to stick with that on the back. I used the meadow dies. Here we go. Now these are great for adding all different kind of dies. These coordinate with the Quiet Meadow stamp set, but you can use them on your own or you can use the Quiet Meadow on its own, but it's just really pretty. And what I did is I went ahead and I cut out 2 of these in basic white. So now we're going to work with these. And instead of using, because these are a little more delicate pieces, I wanted to use my daubers. So I'm going to start with the petal pink. And I just wanted a light, subtle color on them. So I'm just going to go right over where I want the pink and right here on that little bud. And don't worry about getting it all perfectly. Like I said, I just wanted a subtle color on these. We're going to come in back with the soft seafoam, and we're going to use that on the stems and the leaves. And you just have to be a little more careful just because this is delicate. That's why I didn't want to use the blending brush on this. Sometimes when there's smaller pieces, you're better off going with the daubers. Did I get up there? I think I did. Yep. All right, almost done here. And then you have a nice, pretty two-toned flower without much effort at all. So let's put those aside. The next piece I want to do is our greeting. I had a piece, here it is, of basic white. Now this is one of my favorite things in the new annual catalog. This is Charming Sentiments. And what is so great about this is there are dies to cut out every sentiment in the set. I am not a fussy cutter, as most of you well know, and I just think that this is excellent. So you have all the dies to cut out all the wording, and then you have a few extra dies as well to add some other elements to your cards. So we're going to stamp in the petal pink, and I've got the wishing you happiest of birthdays today. I'm just going to ink that up. Let's see. We'll just do it right here in the middle. Give it a good press. Perfect. Now, one of the other things I'm very excited over is our new magnetic plate for the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I'll just show you the plate really quick. This is a solid magnet, so it doesn't have the discs that we used to have and where dies would jump around. This is completely solid magnet. It is a little heavy, and it's a self-healing mat. So you can see where I've already used it in different places, and you just want to make sure you're not die cutting in the same exact spot every time because you don't want it to warp. It's not supposed to warp very easily, and I've used it, you can see, quite a bit already, and I've had absolutely no problems at all with it. All right, so I'm just going to line that up. I think I need to go over a little bit more here. And then down. Oops. Just a tad. I just want to take my time and get it right. Okay, there we go. So you use this. Now the directions say to use your number 2 plate under it. I couldn't get it to go through with my number 2 plate. So I just have this on the base, and then I'm just putting one piece of plastic plate on top. They will be coming out with a magnetic plate for the mini as well. It just wasn't ready yet. And then you can see it just cut along the outline of your sentiment very nicely. Hopefully the camera picked up on that side. All right, let me put this down. All right, so now we need to put our card together. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to adhere this soft sea foam to our basic white. Like that. Then I'm going to take a piece of this new pretty ribbon. This is in Petal Pink. It's a polyester ribbon. I'm just going to cut a couple inches off. And we're going to thread it through here, and we'll adhere it down after we adhere the tag down. But I just wanted to get it to go through before I adhered it here, so it wasn't so hard to get through. I'm going to adhere this right to the base. All right. Now this one we're going to put up on some dimensionals. Alrighty. And I'm just going to angle it this way. And then all I'm going to do to hold this on is use a glue dot. Here they are. And I'm first going to adhere them together, just like that. And then if you want, you can put one underneath, but that's not going to come off. So totally up to you. Then what we're going to do is take our flowers, and for this one, I just use some seal. All right, like that. And then for this one, I use dimensionals. Let's see, let's get a mini out for that little flower bud. There we go. And maybe I'll put one right there too. I think I did. Okay. Alrighty. So we're going to pop that up. Whoops. About here. And then I have our sentiment. And I'm popping that up on dimensionals. All right. And I'm just going to pop that right here. There we go. And then to finish it off, I've got some gems. Now these are the 2021-2023 opal rounds. They do have adhesive on the back. And this is the fresh freesia. I never know if I'm saying that right, freesia. But I think it went really, it has some pink in it and some gray, so I liked it with this card here. So we're just going to put a little detail on here. Whoops. That one wants to come up. There we go. There we go. And we are all set. So here is the card we made. Here's our original. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. All of my social links and links to the products will be listed down below. Have a great day.